Good old-fashioned police work. That's how Atlanta police say they were able to get this break in the case 5 days after the shooting that left a husband, a father, in critical condition in a hospital here in Atlanta. The suspect, 17-year-old Jaden Myrick. Police believe Jaden Myrick is the gunman who attacked 4 wedding guests as they were waiting outside after the reception, robbed them, and then shot one of them in the stomach. The gunshot victim, 34-year-old Christian Broder, married, the father of an infant daughter, a restaurant manager from Washington, D.C., here in Atlanta, visiting family to attend the wedding over the weekend. Broder is in critical condition in Piedmont Hospital. The shooting suspect, Jaden Myrick, well known to Atlanta police. Myrick was arrested this past September on felony charges that included aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and robbery, but for some reason he was released from jail this past February. We do not yet know the reasons, if the charges were dropped in that case or some other reason, but Myrick is charged now again.
Pleaded with a judge to give his killer the maximum punishment this afternoon. The judge did just that, sentencing the defendant to 4 life sentences. Channel 2's Tom Jones live in downtown Atlanta, and that's where a jury voted to convict on all 18 counts, Tom.
And Karen, that jury here returned that verdict in about 4 hours. Christian Broder's parents, his siblings, and even a friend who was with him that night told the court how his murder has affected them. Who he was before he was murdered by defendant 22-year-old Jaden Myrick. Broder's father asked the judge to show no mercy in sentencing Myrick.
We ask that you impose a maximum sentence on these defendants.
The family made that plea after a jury voted to convict Myrick on all 18 counts he faced, including murder, aggravated assault, and armed robbery. The jury agreed that Myrick, then 17, rode with a group of teens to the Capital City Country Club in northeast Atlanta, where Myrick got out and robbed Broder and his brother and friends as they left a wedding and were waiting on an Uber in 2018. Myrick then shot Broder. An admitted gang member said he wasn't there that night, but 2 of his co-defendants testified he was the shooter. The judge sentenced him to life without parole plus 3 life sentences. Broder's siblings held his ashes as they shared their pain.
Rico trial against Atlanta rapper Young Thug and accused members of the YSL gang. One of the defendant's attorney is now pushing for a mistrial. The attorney for defendant Jaden Myrick filed a motion after video was leaked on social media last weekend. The motion does not detail what was in that video. His attorney says it doesn't implicate her client, but claims it is a violation of his 6th Amendment right to a fair and impartial jury. Myrick is already serving a life sentence for murder after killing a father leaving an Atlanta country club back in 2018.
Yo, 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 it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in on the YSL State Rico case in Georgia. And as I've said before, this thing has become a full-blown roller coaster ride, and it's all over the place. And a big part of that is we are able to see everything day to day in real time, anything that happens with the case. They have the camera crews in there. They have writers for the major publications all over the country there. They have the news stations in there, and they are bringing more and more to us, to the world, to their social medias, to their websites and all that. And now we have the situation with Jaden Myrick, aka Settrip. And I'm having links in the description where you can watch those clips in full at, and I'll put those there to show that he was already serving multiple life sentences for a murder that he was convicted of, that he lost in trial, where they said he killed the man at a golf course. Most definitely rest in peace to him and condolences to his family. And in this situation, it get even crazier, and I'm gonna read the write-up in just a second, but they are saying that he has something to do with this YFN Lucci stabbing. And this is coming from the Atlanta Journal and everything like that. But he decided to represent himself. Now, you saw that part in the clip in the beginning where he had tried to go for the mistrial, his legal defense. After that interrogation video with YSL Woody came out saying, hey man, he's on here talking about this. He did not implement he did not implement Settrip or anything like that. And his name is listed in the indictment. Settrip name is there. He has multiple counts in this situation. And I was kind of like, is he really down with YSL? I didn't really know, because I'm like, hey, bro, I've never saw this guy before, never heard of him. And true, I haven't heard of a lot of these guys before. But I'm like, are they just trying to throw people in and mix other crimes in? Are they really certified with the situation? But he is actually on the trial, and they putting it out like this in the reports at this point. And the write-up says this: one of the 14 defendants standing trial in the sweeping gang case against rapper Young Thug and his alleged associates wants to represent himself. Attorney Gina Bernard, who represents Jaden Myrick, filed a motion Wednesday asking the judge to schedule a hearing to determine if her client is competent to represent himself during the lengthy trial. Myrick told his attorney Wednesday morning that he wants to exercise that right, Bernard wrote. Bernard, who works as a public defender, told the Atlanta Journal-Constitution she had to make the court aware of her client's request and that a hearing on the matter would likely be held at a later date. Myrick faces 5 charges, including conspiracy to violate the state's Racketeering, Influence, and Corrupt Organizations Act, attempted murder, possession of a weapon by an incarcerated individual, and 2 counts of participation in criminal street gang activity. According to an indictment, Myrick and 2 other defendants tried to shank rival rapper YFN Lucci in February 2022 in the Fulton County Jail. The 22-year-old is already serving life without parole after he was convicted in October of murder, armed robbery, aggravated assault, and 13 other counts in the July 2018 shooting of Christian Broader outside an Atlanta country club. And everybody in the YSL State Rico case is still innocent until proven guilty for the charges that they have been indicted on in this situation. They are actually still in the jury selection process, and they have already said that this is going to be the most expensive trial of the state in the state of Georgia history and everything like that. But everything that they have been charged with, they are still innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. For Settrip situation, this was something that was already done in 2018 before this YSL State Rico came about. Now they're going to maybe mention this in the court while he's going to trial for his character. Maybe so. Very high possibility. You know how they get down. But overall, once again, the streets going to do what the streets do. You heard in this case, his own partner said that he was the shooter in the robbery. They was there with him. That's how the game go. That's why I tell y'all, I know he was a teenager at the time. Some of y'all are teenagers right now, diving in that water, jumping off that porch. That's why I tell y'all, my nigga, I understand some of y'all, hey, y'all environment, y'all situation down bad, but that murder, that killing, that robbing, you gonna give them everything they want for you. Hey, we gonna have a bed for you, my nigga. Keep on playing around with that robbing and that stepping and that killing. I'm gonna tell y'all, because I know some of y'all need that paper. You gotta take care of this or that. Hey, do what you gotta do to get the money so you can have another opportunity. All that other shit going on, knock that off, bro. Because you're gonna fall for the trap. The biggest trap is, hey, you already born in the trap, then we gonna get you into our trap, which trapping you inside the prison cell, where we gonna get bread per head that we can put inside of a bed. It is what it is, man. Tell me what y'all think. We got more coming. Don't commit to a life of crime. Stay out that mix. I understand some of y'all gotta live like that, but being in niggas' faces, all that high-powered energy stepping and shooting, that ain't it, my boy. Most definitely. Tell me what you think. We got more shit coming, more videos, all that. 1,000 for shit show. Stay on your pivot.